Here's a Reekin Havoc power play.
After taking a 1-0 lead in the first round of the playoffs last Wednesday, the season ended for the Havoc over the weekend with back-to-back losses to Evansville. Friday was a road game shutout as the Thunderbolts were able to score twice from their 26 shots on goal, once in the second period and once in the third. Huntsville had 47 attempts that came up empty. Mike Robinson took the goalie loss. Penalties went 10 minutes for the home team and 6 for the Havoc. It was do or die on Saturday night back at the VBC as Huntsville racked up 61 shots on goal to Evansville's 37. The Havoc scored first on Austin Alger's shot at 6:24 of the first period. Nathan Burke and Kevin Weaver-Vitale were in on the assist. The Thunderbolts answered in the second period with 2 goals, once on the power play, to take a 2-1 lead. Dylan Stewart was able to tie the game back up 1:34 into the third with help from Alger and Dominic Procopio. Evansville came back with 2 more goals at 3:09 and 14:03 to hand Huntsville a 2-goal deficit. A score by Sam Ruffin, Jack Yannick, and Gio Procopio at 18:46 was all the Havoc could muster for the final 4-3 tally. Huntsville received 12 penalty minutes to the Thunderbolts' 8. Mike Robinson once again was charged with the loss.
Time now for the Huntsville Havoc Pick of the Pack, a weekly spotlight.
Head coach Stuart Steffen.
Our equipment manager there, Kyle Harden, just won Equipment Manager of the Year. He's a younger guy, kind of grew up in Memphis there, was a stick boy for the River Kings for a long time, and then I think went on to the North American League and was an equipment manager there, and then did a year in Evansville, and then, he's been here the last 2 years, and I think even from last year to this year, he's grown a lot, taken a big step as an equipment manager in that role, and his biggest asset, I think, for him is just like an incredibly nice guy, willing to do anything for the players. We had our exit interviews the last couple of days here, and every single guy said, absolutely love Kyle. He's such a nice guy. He tries to help them out as much as possible and always willing to help the other players. And I think a big part of winning Equipment Manager of the Year is also being very accommodating to the other teams, being nice and treating them well when they come here. And then when we go places too, is just really trying to help out teams. So obviously having Kyle here for his second year, I think he's done a fantastic job and, always has a good attitude around the rink too. So definitely an easy guy to work with, and we're glad to have him and look forward to having him back next year as well. Cody Miller, he's our athletic trainer, just got named Athletic Trainer of the Year. Kind of back-to-back for him. Last year he was the co-athletic trainer of the year with Kyle there from Fayetteville, but this year, he won it solo. He was in Birmingham for, quite a few years, and then came over when, our trainer here kind of moved on to something else, and he's done a fantastic job the last 2 years. I know, same thing with, again, we had our exit meetings with guys, and all the guys had positive things to say about him as well. Again, he shows up every single day, ready to work, gets there nice and early, gets a lot of his work done early in the mornings, and then as the players come in, he's able to really work with them and just put all his time and focus into them, and he's done a great job. We had a bunch of injuries this year, I know, which he takes very personally. He apologizes to me at times if guys can't play, but there's sometimes, it's hockey, it's a physical game and they can't play, but he really cares about the guys, tries to keep them healthy or get them back to health as quick as possible. And again, just another guy that just treats people the right way as far as the staff and players, and then other teams come in too, and he definitely wears a lot of different hats and is very accommodating to the other teams as well, and does a really good job of communicating, especially with the coaching staff, with everything and injuries as well. So I'm really glad to have Cody on board and look forward to having him back next year as well.
The Reekin Havoc podcast will be right back.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
My name is Joel, and I came to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in December of 1987 to be treated for osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer. We didn't know anything about St. Jude. We didn't know what they meant, or that, when we got here, what we would do, how it would be taken care of. And when we arrived, we found out that my family wasn't going to have to pay for any of my treatment, not for my medicine, not for travel, not for housing, not for food. St. Jude was going to cover all that. St. Jude supported me in every way, from, taking that financial burden off my parents to making sure that all of my family was included in this time. St. Jude literally means everything to me. I get to go home to my family tonight. I get to cook dinner for them. That's what you're giving. You are giving us everything by supporting St. Jude. So thank you so much.
Finding Cures, Saving Children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hey, this is Alex Kolcheski, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
Austin Alger and Sam Ruffin finished the postseason tied with 3 points to lead the team. A 5-way tie for goals was shared by Alger, Ruffin, Jack Yannick, Craig McCabe, and Dylan Stewart with 1 apiece. Topping the assist category was Alger, Gio, and Ruffin with 2 each. Some good news came a couple of days ago. Cody Miller was named the SPHL's Athletic Trainer of the Year. This was Miller's second year with the Havoc. He was previously with the Birmingham Bulls from 2017 to 2023. Kyle Harden was also named Equipment Manager of the Year by the league. Harden is also in his second season in Huntsville, making the transition from player to equipment manager in 2018 with the Amarillo Bulls of the NAHL, followed by a move to Evansville in 2021.
Look for Reekin Havoc on Facebook and follow Reekin Havoc AL on Instagram, Threads, and X. You can also hear episodes on your Amazon Echo device by saying, "Alexa, play the Reekin Havoc podcast."
For those returning from military service, the transition back to civilian life isn't always easy. Retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant Bill Cook talks about still serving veterans.
The mission of Still Serving Veterans is to serve and honor veterans and their families by empowering them to build meaningful lives. And we do that through connecting to fulfilling careers, getting the benefits they deserve, or the services that they need. We have never charged anybody anything for our services. A group of business leaders in town felt there was a need to help the seriously wounded make that transition back into civilian life. Employment services, VA benefits, and connections to other community services. That's what we do. If you're a veteran and you need help, please get a hold of us. Go to that website, ssv.org, and you can find out pretty much anything you need to know about still serving veterans.
In Huntsville, call 256-883-7035. For tickets, official Huntsville Havoc merchandise, and more, go to huntsvillehavoc.com. Visit our website at reekinhavoc.com. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads. And listen, follow, and subscribe to the Reekin Havoc podcast on your favorite platform to keep up with the only weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Reekin Havoc podcast.